Our members were being brutalized by a contingent of police officers, and they were violently dispersed. We want to say that as a union, we are outraged, but we will not surrender. Whether you bring 1,000 of policemen, we are not going to surrender. WASU and KUSU demands that Kenyatta University management desist from archaic, barbaric, and mimical behavior forthwith. We are also aware of an evil plot hatched by university vice-chancellors to incite a section of students against university lecturers. And yesterday we witnessed such an attempt, and it failed terribly. And those attempts will fail terribly because you cannot separate students from their lecturers. You cannot incite students from their lecturers and succeed. No evil attempt to separate students and their lecturers will succeed in this country because we are not enemies. There is no fault line at all between students and lecturers. And some university managements would want the public to believe. But there's an orchestrated campaign by university managements to stir up hostility and conflict in universities. You will not succeed. Those are our students. Those are our children. We will not fight. So try other schemes. But this one, you are going to fail and fail terribly. We also note that some youths are being misused by university administrators. And they are not students at all. Indeed, the vast majority of university students are peace-loving citizens. They are brilliant and motivated. Those are brilliant students. You cannot misuse them. WASU and KUSU deeply empathizes with the plight of the more than 600,000 students in our campuses. And we want our students to understand the reason why we are insisting on this strike is because we don't want perennial strikes, as happened last year, where we interrupted learning 3 times. This time, as a union, we have resolved. We are settling this impasse once and for all. So that when you'll see me on live TV calling off the strike, you will study peacefully for 4 years. So the people who want to force lecturers to go back to campuses, they are your enemies. Because they want us to go back. After 1 month, we are back on the streets. This time, we are solving our issues once and for all. Whether it takes 1 year or 2 years, we are ready for it. I want to tell dons throughout the country, don't go back to work before a return to work formula is negotiated and signed. The people enticing you with March and April salaries, those are your enemies. And I want to say that hoovering a few coins of expiation to the same people you've denied a CBA does not make you a nobler heathen. That's a pestilence. I lack a name for it. I want to tell students that for the sake of your own safety, we advise you to stay out of campus. Because if those policemen kill you the way they killed Evans Kidero in Meru, who will be held responsible? Because when students are brought, when policemen are brought in campus, they will not differentiate between a lecturer, a university worker, and a student. Avoid universities like a plague, because there is no learning that can take place under such conducive environment. I want to advise university chancellors, IPUCCF, that instead of wasting a lot of energy on university workers, you should troop to the Ministry of Education to get funds for this CBA to be negotiated and concluded. But those archaic tactics you are trying to use will not succeed. 2 weeks ago, I told you to read my body language. It seems as if you don't have the people to read the body language of the union. The union is not relenting.